We'll get started. Jonathan Pagan.
Yeah, do you have an update, particularly on Victor, and just what impact that has, again, if you have to make changes if he's out?
Yeah, so I just got the word that he's out. I don't really have much more. As I was walking into the room, that's what I was told. So I don't really have much more information on that. I guess they're doing some tests and whatnot on his foot, but it obviously changes things, and we'll go back to starting Eric if that's the case, and manage it sort of like how we've been managing the back-to-backs that he doesn't play.
Is he going? He's not going on the trip then?
Oh, I haven't been told. I think he's going on the trip, but I haven't been told.
Thank you.
Christo Saltis.
Hello, Coach. I'd like to ask you, first of all, have you got any update about the Christian Wood? How's about his condition so far?
No update on Christian. Saw him yesterday. He's still limping around. There's still swelling, so he's still out.
And the second part is how you worried about the defense, especially in the last 3 games, and what would you like to change about that part?
Thought our defense was good last night. I mean, we held them to 100 some odd points. I think the number was 104 point or 1.04 points per possession. That puts us in the top of the league. We're 4th in the NBA in defense right now. So we did have a few stumbles on the road, but as far as the whole and the total defense, we're doing pretty good.
Adam Spolin.
Stephen, can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Eric Spoelstra said last night that he found out about 17 seconds before he spoke to his team that Tyler Hero wouldn't be available. What was the timetable for when y'all found out that he wouldn't be able to play?
I found out, I was in my office. I initially found out that somebody wasn't going to be playing, and then it was right around the same time, like maybe right before I spoke to the team, like 30 on the clock, maybe something like that. I don't remember specifically.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's kind of the closest to tip-off that you guys have had where someone has been ruled out. Were you comfortable with that whole situation about having, about putting possibly your players at risk in that sort of a situation?
I trust the NBA has a plan, and they took the person out who needed to be out. I know there was contact tracing that needed to be done, and I wasn't sure kind of how it was going to go, but I trust that the NBA plan is sound, and we're just going to roll with it.
Holly Kambajani.
Hey, Stephen, wanted to ask you in regards to vertical spacing and rim running. Without Christian, are there ways to kind of make up for it? For example, there's plays where the defense may be switching or blitzing, and you can have the screener kind of slip towards the rim and the ball handler lob it towards the defense. Is that one way to kind of get your team more downhill and to be able to move the ball side to side with having it right around the rim?
Yeah, we don't really have the rim running presence without Christian, but as you saw last night, we did have some low side screen and roll opportunities with Tate. Tate was the one who, after the first action happened, was able to run into a pick and roll, get to the low side, knowing that they were going to switch. They weren't able to get underneath. He was able to roll to the rim, and John hit him on a little lob pass or a little roll pass. Tuck also was able to do it some where he low side screened and rolled and found a pocket and either finished or looked for teammates on the perimeter. So yeah, we want to do our best to get the ball from side to side. And what I was showing the team today was when we're playing with better pace and we're getting the ball up the floor, quickly. We don't necessarily need play calls. We don't need kind of actions to get the ball from side to side. If we get it up the floor quickly, then we can flow into our pace offense, which would be pass ahead, get to our driving kicks, get the ball moving quickly, get to the next action, that sort of thing. But when we're playing slowly, when the ball is being walked up the floor, it's much harder to get to that. And that's very much a result of whether we did a good job on the defensive end or not. We were able to get out and transition, or not necessarily transition, but at least play faster and get to our driving kick game. And we shot a ton of threes last night. We shot 50 threes and only made 15 of them. But watching the film last night, I was pretty happy with most of the threes that we shot. There were a few that we forced, but a lot of them were based off of either drawing a second defender with the driving kick or playing pick and roll, getting it out of the pick and roll against their blitz and getting the ball moving that way.
Thank you.
Kelly Eco.
Hey, Coach, obviously in the times that you don't have DeMarcus on the floor, you guys are playing small, but what are you stressing to the team in terms of rebounding? Do you want all 5 guys crashing the glass, or how do you want that to go about?
Yeah, we got to get the ball. So during the film today, I showed the last clip when there was 50 seconds on the clock. We were down 3, and we needed to stop. We did a good job on Butler. Butler drove it to his right, shot fake. Jayshawn Tate went for the shot fake. John Wall went to help, contested the shot. Shot goes up, and we didn't get the rebound. And then they get the second shot, and we didn't get that rebound either. So when we're small, it's very important for us to be physical, to box out, to have everybody participate in the rebounding game, because those were 2 huge ones that we needed. But when we're small, it's throughout the game that we have to really concentrate on being physical and going to get the ball with all 5 guys.
Ben DuBose.
Coach, did PJ participate in practice today, and is there an outlook for him moving forward?
PJ didn't participate today, but he is questionable, I believe, for tomorrow. So we'll see how he feels tomorrow.
Jonathan Fagan.
Going back to what you were saying about the open shots, just looking at the numbers, you guys are getting way more wide open threes in this losing streak than you were before. How do you balance trying to keep the faith, open shots eventually go in, with adjusting, making changes to try and get different shots or better shots?
Yeah, I mean, if we're getting open threes, those are pretty good. And the fact that we're creating those threes for our teammates makes it even better. The adjustment would be to attack to finish, and teams are helping against us and forcing us to kick to shooters. And last night we did a good job of like driving, kicking, and then as they were closing out, driving the closeout. And anytime you can force a closeout situation is good for our offense. So forcing help and now getting the ball moving, so they're closing out and we're attacking those closeouts instead of shooting, and maybe we get an even better shot. But yeah, I mean, we're doing our best to create good offense, and you know, we missed 35 threes last night, and a lot of them were good shots that we're willing to live with.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.